Geelong was so very close to making it all the way to a grand final premiership last year. However, this year they look to go again with a best 23 that may or may not get the job done. It's still very much in the air in terms of everyone's opinions. But what would their team look like, do you think, if they were to get back all the way?
Pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
Fairly close.
Although there is a couple of outstanding players.
Very much so.
That you would not expect.
Let's have a look at their back line. Let's see what they start off with. We'll go with their back three: Zach Guthrie, Sam De Koning, and Connor O'Sullivan.
Completely unchanged.
Yeah, very much so in the sense that they're all players who I believe played that position last year. But I'm more interested to see how important their roles are going to be because Connor O'Sullivan, you are so big on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you think he's going to be the GOAT.
Nearly. Max Hall's probably number one.
Okay. You're very humble.
What?
You're very humble putting your St Kilda player over the player you glaze on regular occasion. But
I've
Zach
glazed
Guthrie,
him once. It was a big glaze.
It was a very big glaze. It was a very big glaze.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about glazing so much. Let's look to the next three. Tom Stewart, Jack Henry, and Lawson Humphries. Jack Henry getting the centre-half back position. I'm kind of shocked it's not Tom Stewart.
I mean, does it really matter?
I guess not.
He doesn't have the height to be able to... Coming up against, let's say, Charlie Curnow. Is Tom Stewart going to take Charlie Curnow?
I think just with his play style, no. Not necessarily size.
Exactly. So he's not going to play 7.5 back. He's going to play that
Jack
intercept
Henry
role.
does play the one-on-one a bit more, I guess. Yeah, I can understand that. That's very true.
Yeah, get it through your thick skull, mate.
Shut up. Lawson Humphries, though, is one that I think is, I mentioned in a previous video, the sophomore slump.
Mm-hmm.
I think last year kind of was that
A little
in a
bit.
sense.
Yeah.
I don't think he was bad by any stretch of the imagination, but he was so exciting his first year. He was just another one of those stories that you hear from
it's another
Geelong.
Geelong pull.
Exactly
It
right.
just
Is
is.
another one of those Geelong pulls. But Lawson, I hope to see him. If they're going to make the grand final again, he's going to need to, I think, step up into a bigger role. He's going to need to be a lot more relied on as that linking halfback, is at least with the way that we've got their best 23 set out. But with that being said, we're going to move on to their midfield. So on the one wing, we've got their high flyer, Ollie Dempsey. We know what he does. He is
Lock.
Absolute lock. Everyone knows what he's going to do.
Yep.
He is the ultra... is it ultra rare that he's an attacking winger? Like a really offensive winger?
He's offensive.
No, the other one is. Ollie Dempsey, though, we're going to find a lot of regular plays that you expect with Ollie Dempsey this year. And then for our other wing, Tanner Bruhn. Thank you for the moment of silence. We'll move on to the midfield now. We've got ourselves some interesting choices here. Bailey Smith is probably one of the obvious ones, as well as Max Holmes within that midfield. So Bailey Smith will find his way around the field that we know he's going to get the possessions. Like, I'm still very confident that he's going to kind of take Max Holmes' shine. We've had this discussion before.
We have. If you want to go check that out, we should link it in the description. Ranking the top 25 midfielders for 2026.
Yes.
We each did our own lists.
Exactly right. In related to this, however, Max Holmes is a follower, while Bailey Smith stays around the midfield is kind of what the positioning looks like in this.
I don't care about that.
Or it's kind of interchangeable
Yeah, it's
for the most part. Tom Atkins, though, I mean, I love the Tom Atkins. Just the way that he plays.
You love the Tom Atkins.
Yeah, the Tom Atkins. I love very much that he is the in and under that the other guys don't have to be.
Tackle machine.
Exactly right. He plays like he's similar to a Matt Rowell.
Carries the load.
He's underrated Matt Rowell is what he is.
He is the Tom Atkins is the Matt Rowell of Josh Dunkley's. No.
That's
Let
wild.
me think. There's a way to do it, and I just can't think of it right now. But in that, yes.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. But the most interesting one, is it Toby Conway?
It is Toby Conway.
That is a interesting pick.
Bugger off, Flat Stanley. Don't want you anymore.
Don't want Flat Stanley?
Nah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Done with him.
Yeah, considering they didn't want to take off an injured, broken-armed Jeremy Cameron for him.
Yep.
I can see the reasonings why. Do you reckon he's ready?
Who? Flat Stanley to retire?
No, Toby Conway.
From the trading stuff I've heard, yes.
Okay.
He does appear ready.
Yeah. Obviously, if things went a bit differently, this would be a certain St Kilda player. This would be Rowan Marshall.
Yeah.
But they missed that opportunity. So Toby Conway is their guy. And does that give you much hope that this 23 is going to make it?
Got to see it to believe it.
I guess
it's a lot of what we see at AFL level first.
Yeah. Very true. Very, very true. We'll leave the judgment until the games are played for Toby, I reckon. But the forward line is where things get exciting. It always has been for Geelong. There's so many pieces.
There is only one change to their team from last year so far.
Yeah.
If you include the forward line, and that is Conway for Stanley. It's Shannon Neal, Jeremy Cameron. Like, that is two obvious picks, very right.
Yep, straight down the spine. You've got Cameron at the centre half forward position.
Yep.
Just as a heads up. I think that's fair. He gets more involved with the play with that.
Yep. You got Dangerfield, obviously, continuing to play that forward midfield role.
Yep.
Won't be able to play the midfield as much, I don't think, this year.
I
think
don't
he'll be
so
like
either,
90% forward.
You saw the game he had against Hawthorn. You're like, maybe he's still got
Yeah.
a bit in him. We'll just have to wait and see with Danger.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyson Stengel, he continues to do his thing down there as the small
He's on
forward.
personal leave, I think, at the moment.
No,
so-
that is true. Yeah,
so
you're very right.
Might
with
miss the start of the year.
but that's okay. I think he'll come back pretty
Yeah.
soon afterwards. Brian Myers and Brad Close are the guys who are, of course, probably going to be the ones that drill up those lead forwards. They can both get on the board. They both know what they're doing with that. Brian Myers, third best forward in the league.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah.
Yeah. Lovely. I had to get that in there. Let's look at their bench. I'm so glad I got you on that. Let's go. Pay more attention, mate. You got to be better than that. Got to be way better than that.
Never.
But some interesting names here. I want to start off with James Warpel because he was their big,
prized recruit.
Exactly, big acquisition. But his aim was to go to Geelong, right, to get a bigger role, was it not?
I have no idea because he's not better than anyone.
Was he being offered more money?
Serious.
He's probably being offered
He's
a farm.
offered-
Yeah,
yeah.
I think about it. Got to understand who we're
offered
doing, what team we're doing.
more money. He was probably offered like 800k at Hawthorn for a winnow. he could be on 200k a year at Geelong.
I was going to say, he's had his 200k a year in Geelong, but he's actually a $1 million farmer.
This isn't even his primary job. He probably came for the secondary
that joke
job.
will never, ever, ever get old. Never, ever.
Realistically, you got your farmer. You got working for Cotton On or working for, if you're Chris Scott, working for some financial companies. Then you probably got working as a advertiser, like if you're Joel Selwood for financial insurance companies. And then you got being a footballer for Geelong. That is the level of James Warple.
But on top of that, they've got their 29-year-old sophomore. I don't know if that's how old he is, but Sean Manor, the young player of the year award.
The young player of the year.
Some others. Mark O'Connor, Mike Blitzar, and Jack Martin. Jack Martin got a lot of work, I believe, as a backman last year, was he not?
Yes, but also kicked 4 goals in a game.
Yeah, but I think Martin was just a bit experimented with.
That's why I've got him as that 5th on the bench, because you can play him as a mid, you can play him as a forward, you can play him as a defender.
And I think he did fit quite nicely within this team. So I think it's a nice piece to have coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Mark O'Connor, obviously, he played as probably one of their...
Tagger.
Yeah, he was one of their up and down players, and I think that's kind of what his role makes him. He either tags him or he doesn't, but has a role, which is good. And then Mark Blitzarves, who... Where will his role be?
If Toby Conway gets injured, rock.
Yeah.
If
not,
if you need a defender, he's played as forward at times as well, if you need that extra tall.
I don't know if they'll need him as a forward.
We don't know.
Yeah, we'll wait and see, I guess. He's kind of an everywhere man.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see.
Yeah, there's a couple big name exclusions.
Exclusions, yep.
Yep, no Asheen Mullen.
Yes, that was the one I was going to mention, Asheen Mullen, because I know he played a big role.
I think it'd be really funny if they went for Asheen Mullen over James Warple.
That would be really
funny.
Really interesting.
And then the other one was Ollie Henry, who probably replaces Jack Martin, if anything.
Yeah, that's true. Ollie Henry, I mean, his name has kind of fallen off the map, really, is all I can say for him.
Kicked 36 and 40 goals in a year. Like, he's actually got talent. Like, Bull can play.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. It's just like there's surprisingly it's surprisingly tough to enter this team, despite the fact that there's some noticeable holes, some ones that you can think of off the top of your head. But
for sure,
some names I'd like to see throughout the year: Harley Barker, if he can recover, I believe he will.
Yeah.
And Hunter Holmes.
Yeah.
Some really, really nice
Hunter Holmes will
pieces.
take a little bit to develop.
Yeah, but Harley Barker was one of those ones with a really high upside, but it's the injury that you're worried about. I remember that being the discussion with Harley Barker and how he dropped so low. Like, he was potentially up there a lot throughout the season until he was injured. Has some experience. I'm very worried he's going to be the one that turns into the classic Geelong player that bursts out of nowhere.
I hate that.
And
I'd hate that.
becomes a star.
I hate that.
We'll wait and see, though.
Yeah.
That's all up for interpretation. And we'll wait and see how the season goes for Geelong in 2026. Obviously, a big fight back and a big grind coming up. So let us know what you think. Do you think that Geelong will be making it back to the big dance yet again? Or do you think they fall short? Let us know. Appreciate you all watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in there. Cheers.